What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Mystic the Best. Better than the rest. Okay, I'm not doing that. Sorry, Riku. Okay. Well, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch. And today we are going to be doing a brand new video going over Madara Uchiha. I don't actually know his title, but let's go check him out, right? We go to team setup. As you can see here, we have Madara Uchiha, Path of Dreams. Almost max speed, just shy of 6 pills short, right? But he does get the 30 from here. If you guys watched my summon video, you'd see that I got absolutely blasted on my video. Farmed up a bunch more story and whatever else I possibly could. Did more summons, finished them off at least up to 50. So then, you know, I really wanted that speed up. That speed up is really important for him. And it's like these two are really important, and then this is important, right? This is kind of just nice to have, but no one really cares about it. So now, a lot of people, including myself in the beginning, didn't value Madara that highly. But even in the beginning, if you guys followed me on Twitter, you know, shout out to my Twitter, what is it, at Mystic_Watch. The link will be in the description. Go follow me. We're trying to get that 3K followers. Okay, so if you guys do follow me on Twitter, you would have saw that a while back I made a little tweet saying this is what I think of the Blazing Bash characters and ranking them from 1 to 8 essentially. Now, it's very hard deciding between Hashirama and Hinata at number 1, but for me, Madara was at number like 3 to 5. Like, he's in that general area. I wouldn't put him below 5. 5 at worst, you know what I mean? 3 at best. Actually, now that I think about it, he might be number 4-ish. But, like, you get the idea. Now, after using him for a while, I started picking up on, like, where he's actually strong. And that is as a support unit. That is a backline, you know, that's not something that we normally see in Blazing. Support units. You know, back in the day, we had actual supports, right? Like, people who heal, people who dodge, things like that. You know, like they're, you know, like back when we used to use Wisdom 5-star combos. So you guys know what I'm saying if you guys are the OGs to this game. But if not, that's okay. So this time around, Madara serves as a support to this team. And he does that with his buddy skill, which is 20% damage reduction. And then he has field damage reduction as well when he swaps out, making it so that this Hashirama is almost unkillable thanks to the Madara. So let's hop straight in and you guys will get an idea. Now, this is the team that I used to climb all the way to Kage. I made it to Kage last night, and then after that, you know, I just went to sleep. So we're going to be picking up where we left off. We'll play a couple of games so you guys can kind of understand why I value Madara so highly. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention is that I was playing Kabuki with this team a lot. And, like he just has trouble killing the Hashirama because Madara exists. This team becomes very obnoxious because of damage reduction. And if you guys remember the dodge meta where people are just running dodge left and right, this is, in my opinion, the next thing. Right? What's better than dodge? It's damage reduction. So you just jam your team full of damage reduction, and you literally just don't die. Okay. So what we're trying to do here is... See, now the problem is that these two Hinatas have 10% damage reduction because of their sync skill. So we're trying to get this, and their sync skill is sync with all, sync with all wisdom. So if we can get this, Sasuke to swap, right? Like, force him to swap because of the damage he took, then they lose their sync skill, as you just saw the lightning went away. But damn, that does damage, alright. Oh, Andy went first. This should not kill my Hinata, if I'm lucky. Like, it'll come right down to the wire. Yep. And that is why we pill our units, people. Now, our goal is going to be to kill this Hinata, the Sage Naruto, and that Sasuke. Oh wow, I got the reset on Lee too. That's going to be really nice. That makes it a lot more threatening. Because Lee, people like seem to forget that Lee is really fast, right? He uses his speed boost once, and then he's already up to roughly 290 speed. So using his jutsu twice puts him a good chunk over 300. Now here I can switch to, if I really wanted to, I could switch to Madara, but what I'm going for is, oh, my bad, I still have my donation stuff on. Now, actually I might have to. Okay, now the reason being is that if I use my Hashirama Jutsu and swapped out, the Obito would come through, right? Now this way, I don't think the Hinata outspeeds me. There we go. Alright. And... okay. We just gotta move away from there. So that when the Obito does use his jutsu, you know, he can't hit all three. And it doesn't matter to me that, you know, Gaara's standing in the chakra reduction either. Oh, I gotta cough 1 second. This might be loud. Okay, we're good. There you have it. That is the way the Madara functions. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Right. 3.6 times attack to all enemies in range, knocks them back. Nullifies damage you receive from ninjutsu or secret techniques for 3 turns, and it functions as a perfect dodge, meaning like it'll just say miss. It won't say 0 damage, right? There we go. And that's really good, right? Because if it said 0 damage, that'd be worse. And the reason for that being is you can't generate ultra combos off of this. It doesn't even matter if both of them are like immobilized. Like, what is he gonna do? And the thing is, I put my Madara right next to that Neji. The thing is, there's so many things going on with the Madara that it's hard to explain it. So, the Madara becomes... we'll move on to the next game, right? But the reason my Neji didn't die is because of Madara. Because of that field skill. And usually, with teams with AoE, you don't want to be grouping up, right? But Madara's different, right? Madara has that that immunity to damage. So to him, it's like, you know, put me right next to the teammate so they can get the damage reduction. And all of a sudden, they're tanking for 20% more. And that's a good amount, right? So Neji becomes a lot tankier. And whoever else I have front. And then if I have my Gaara out, right? In that scenario, I did. The Neji took even less damage because he had the damage reduction from the Madara and the Gaara. So he was taking almost 40% less damage. And you just saw, he lived with like, what, like less than 1,000 health? And the same thing with the Hinata. So that's how Madara functions. And that is why he's kind of slept on in a sense. So people like, man, what is up with these double Hinatas? I can't wait till they all get banned. I didn't ban like the dupes, like, so you can't run dupes anymore. That shit just annoys the... Don't you have anyone else to run? Aren't you embarrassed? I'm so glad you wasted your speed pills on these Hinatas. The second they ban this shit, that's all to waste. You know, you lost 30 pills. Oh, and I lost the coin flip. That means I'm gonna lose it on the second turn. The way it seems to work in this game is whoever goes, like, we have equal speeds, right? So it comes down to a coin flip on who goes first. If you lose the coin flip, you'll lose it every time within the same game. That's what I've come to learn, essentially. We swapped out my so this, I have to do this or my Madara dies, because Lee Jutsu with the Hashirama attack boost plus the Hashirama additional hit will 100% kill my Madara, and I've just experienced that every time. So you see, I lost the coin flip again. So now, what if he tries to if he tries to hit my Madara, he will not kill the Madara now. He will get extremely close, but he'll have to burn another jutsu to do it. Now here. Oh man, I'm gonna get hit 3 ways with the with the CM2, but it has to be done. Yeah, like I can't give up that free kill. And now, like, okay, my Madara dies, right? But he had to blow 3 jutsus to kill the Madara. So I am perfectly okay with that. Because the thing is, Madara isn't a threat on the field. He's a threat just existing. Like, no matter if he's in the front or if he's in the back, he's always, like, doing something. Here, we will simply kill off the Hashirama. Because he no longer has any AoE, so I have no reason to separate. I stick together, but for, you know, whatever buddy field skills I have, field skills. If Gaara was out, it'd be more useful. These guys have attack up field skills. So, the Hashirama and the Lee, which is nice when my Neji doesn't attack. Now, I just go for the... I don't want to be in range for additional attacks, so I'm going to have to back off. Like, I miss out on the attack up. But that's perfectly fine, right? Because, like, I won't be in range for the CM2 additional. Or the, his Hashiramas. That's my Hashirama. Who else am I missing? CM2, Hinata. Like, I'll get hit with the Gaara. But the CM2 will no longer be in range to hit me. And if you guys didn't know, you can actually click on the characters to see their range. Because I have fully duped Gaara. This will not kill. Right? And, yeah, I just win right here. So, I can be even really greedy, and I don't even have to swap out to Hinata. So it's as simple as that. And as you saw, that's kind of like... in this game, Madara didn't do much, but he was a threat. And, you know, the opponent understood that and tried to eliminate him. Because the thing is, if you don't have a Hashirama, you are not getting to my Madara, right? So my Madara is just going to chill in the back, you know, apply that damage reduction, and then have Hashirama start running laps. Now the other thing is that I'm considering switching it up a little bit and have the Hinata in front of the Madara, and then have her just never leave, right? Like, I'll just stick with the Hinata in the front row, because unless people are running Sage of 6 Paths Naruto, the Hinata's not going to die to anything. Right? The Hinata just doesn't die. So I'm thinking of doing that, but I haven't tested it out yet. It doesn't seem like people are playing this late at night. So maybe we'll do 1 or 2 more games, and then we'll leave it at that. Now, the thing is with the Madara, I don't think, like, he definitely gains a lot when he, no, I'll put it this way. The way I'm running him right now, having his dupes isn't too important. It's very nice to have his dupes, because I like to have that first dupe of ignoring substitution. Having that on Lee and Madara makes PvP a lot more bearable, just knowing that, you know, if you're running Obito in front of a Sage of 6 Paths Naruto, rocking that, what would it be, that 45% dodge, that it doesn't matter to me, you know? Now let's take a look at his team. Who are the threats? Okay, that Kakashi is a threat and needs to die before he can get a jutsu off. Now this is really good for me. Okay, so a lot of stuff comes down to positioning, and the way he has it set is that the Lee would generate a chakra, right? So that the OT or the one till Naruto will have his jutsu on the first turn. Now, if I killed the one till Naruto before his Lee went, then it would bring out Kakashi, and then Lee would go, and now Kakashi would have a jutsu to go with. So, now look at this, right? This is 2 jutsus on my Hashirama. One being a body jutsu, right? Being type effective. Look at that. That's 2 jutsus, and those are 2 powerful jutsus used on my Hashirama. And he's just like, no, I'm just chilling, doing my thing. So, now he's out of AoE, so we start grouping up. This is where we start doing here. Now the thing is, I can just leave this Kakashi alone, because he is not a threat anymore. What I can do is start applying damage and then kill the... I can kill the CM2 when my Lee comes back up. Switch to the Gaara, right? Oh, and if you guys didn't know, it was a 5 combo hit. So if Madara hits all 3 people, then he will he will generate a chakra, which surprisingly he does a decent amount. And now, like, what is he gonna do? He can't go for my Madara, right? Like, opponent gave up. You see what I mean? So, like, that was, like, even though Madara didn't do much that game, he did a lot, right? Just him existing in that back row, it's like, okay, that's a free 20%. Like, if I had anyone else other than Madara there, okay, maybe if I had a Blazing Bash Gaara, but the whole point, like, Blazing Bash Gaara is going to be running the front row. So, if I had anyone else but Madara there, like, he would not have lived. Like, I'm not going to be running Sasori in this meta. I'm not going to be running Utakata. There's no slip damage on the team. This is the people with the damage reduction. But, so you get the idea, right? Like, the viable units nowadays, this guy gets it, right? Two Madaras. And I'm probably going to lose this one. So let's end it with this one. See how it goes. Hope you guys enjoy the showcase. Now, it's a little bit different, right? Because it's like, this is the team that I genuinely use, and I wanted to do something fun where it's like I went for the Madara ultimate, but unfortunately, once you get to this like point in your ranked, like, once you get to this rank, like your Kage, high Anbu, even mid Anbu, at that point, the game starts becoming a lot different. You start seeing dupes of Blazing Bash units, you start seeing like just non-stop full Blazing Bash teams, and at that point, you don't really have the room to to mess around. Oh, I guess he gave up too. Well, we'll still do another game. Maybe he wasn't pilled out. Because my units are, besides the Madara, fully duped and fully pilled. So maybe he didn't want to play against that. Because I have no issues when it comes to people running fully duped, fully pilled people. Because that's the way it should be, right? Like, if you are more fortunate to spend on this game and have you have money to spend on this game, you should be rewarded to an extent. But I think running duplicates like that, like what we're seeing right now, is just abusing the system, right? And it has nothing to do with you spending money. It has nothing to do with you being a whale. It's just taking advantage of the way the current system is implemented. So enough of that. Let's see what we can do here. So what I wanted to do originally with Madara, right? If I was a lower rank, I wish I could like play with lower people if that was any way possible. But what I wanted to do was, So what I wanted to do, I keep on cutting off. Was have Madara in the front row, the 3rd slot, right? Generate chakra twice. That would bring him to 7 chakra on his turn. Assuming he lived, then swap him out and use survive for a turn and use his ultimate jutsu. So that was kind of the plan. But it's like, if I have him, and I tried it a couple times, right? And you just lose instantly. Who did he swap out? He went for my Lee, which in my opinion is no, it's a smart move, right? Because he knows that my other side is hard to kill. So he still has AoE. So I have to kind of just... him generating a chakra doesn't really mean much for me. So I'm going to put it in a position where if he hits my people, he can't hit him into... he cannot hit him into a a pool. Like he has to go in between by Neji and Gaara to hit both, and he can't really hit them into the chakra reduction. So I don't believe any of them go into the chakra reduction, which is really good for me. Yep. So like I said, him generating a chakra there didn't really mean much. Now this is the fun part. Now we get to show off Madara, right? So we go right in the center of the action. So besides the Hashirama, you know, the Hinata and the Sasuke, you know, they take a decent amount of damage. Ooh, the follow-up attacks. Okay. And now we just start whacking at them. There we go. Just like that. Madara showcase. That's how we like it. That's how we like it. Okay, we're already at 21 minutes. I think that was plenty. Did we win every game? I believe it. Yeah, we didn't lose our streak, so we won every single game. And yeah, that's really it. So let's go back one more last time. Take a look at the Madara. Like I said, what makes him good is that with this speed boost, him being max pilled, he is no longer, you know, without that, he's slow. He is at 206 speed, and that is on the lower end of things. He needs to kind of keep that, you know, once you break that 250 speed point, at that point you're not slow. Like you're doing pretty well. Now the other thing is that even without it, as long as you run him in the back row, Madara should not be a front row ever, unless he's being swapped out. Right? He should never start in the front row. If you're running Madara, you run him in the back always. If he's running the back, he then becomes really threatening. And you saw it with the Hashirama, he just does not die. And that is thanks to the Madara. You saw it in other points where I had the Madara next to my Neji. My Madara dodges all damage. The Neji doesn't die because of damage reduction over there as well. So, and the Madara does a decent amount of damage. He doesn't do no game-breaking damage, right? He does about 14k base damage, and it can go up to like 20k on body types, which is really nice for the Nejis and the CM2s that are running around. So he definitely holds his own, and he's only weak for like the Hashirama. The only times, like the things that counter Madara, so just so you guys have a heads up, is if you run in the back, people will use Hashirama to pull out the Madara, and then use a Lee Jutsu to kill the Madara, and that will be 100% a one-shot kill, unless you have damage reduction near him. So just so you guys know, and I think I explained at some point previously in this video as well. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. I didn't mean to click that. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys would like to see other things, if you guys would just like to see generic PvP videos and me going about this, because I'm going to get that. I'm going for the 10th Dan Kage, and I've yet to get it. You know, I've just always stopped around 2nd, 3rd Dan, because at that point there's nothing different. Like I was already versing 10th Dans, and I was just doing perfectly fine. So I'm like, you know, I just lost the motivation. I didn't feel like playing against those teams. But yeah, if you guys would like to see more content, PvP content, any type of content, I like to do these informational videos where I teach you guys about the units, showcase them. These are becoming a lot more fun for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.